Welcome to the most unsettling real-life horror stories channel on YouTube. Today, I will recount 3 true stories of individuals who ventured into the dark web. It was a silent night, only the noise of my computer fans interrupted the darkness of the room. With my alias I had delved into the depths of the dark web in search of interesting things, but that night I would discover something darker than I had ever imagined. During my research among various forums and cryptic sites, I came across a disturbing online market. It was a virtual auction selling stolen personal data, not just names and addresses but also financial medical information and even complete digital identities. It was a distorted world where privacy was an intriguing bargaining chip. Disgusted, I decided to dig deeper and began to follow the trail of the individuals. Behind this dark operation, what I found was an intricate network of cybercriminals operating in the shadows, stealing personal data from individuals and organizations willing to pay the right price, but there was more behind that remote area dispersed across the dark web. During my investigations I discovered an underground site, known as the Black Cycles. It was a place where people bet on human life, users bid on human lives in danger, as if they were precious art objects. It was a brutal game of chance in which human life had lost all value. Horrified by this discovery, I decided it was time to put an end to this atrocity. I gathered a group of friends and we infiltrated the Black Circle. As we penetrated the recesses of this site, we discovered the true horror that lay behind the scenes. Human lives were actually at stake and bets were made on future tragic events, such as accidents, murders and suicides. The most disturbing surprise was yet to come. During our investigations we discovered that the stolen sensitive data, rather than being used directly for the crime, was being sold to unscrupulous marketing companies. These companies used them to make persistent calls from foreign numbers, spam emails, and even targeted advertising. The realization that stolen personal information was being used to disrupt people's daily lives was shocking, because it was not just an attack on privacy, but the realization that the sensitive data of ordinary people like you and me is exchanged daily in those areas of the dark web. We know that evil continues to stalk the digital recesses, but this experience has shown that determination and cooperation can have a real impact in tackling the darkness of the virtual world. I wanted to share this experience because I would like each of us to protect our privacy with the utmost attention. My name is Mark and I'm an IT security expert. One day while I was browsing the dark web to look for signs of possible online threats, I came across a very particular chat room called Drive. It was known to be frequented by high-level hackers, but I was curious to see what they were discussing. As I was reading the conversations I noticed that there was a user called Sipmaster, who seemed to be grabbing everyone else's attention. He was known to be the best at cracking online codes and protections. His reputation was legendary and everyone respected him. I decided to send a message to Sipmaster asking him if he could give me some advice on cybersecurity. His response was quick and cryptic. "Do you need protection? Or do you want to learn how to hack it?" He explained to me that he was willing to help me but under one condition. I had to solve a very complex cryptographic puzzle that he had just posted on the chat room. It was an irresistible challenge for an IT security enthusiast like me. I spent days studying the puzzle, using all my knowledge and resources to solve it. It was difficult but he finally managed to decipher it. With great citation I sent my solution to Sipmaster. His response was immediate and disturbing. "Congratulations," Mark wrote, "you have proven yourself up to the task, but remember, when you play with fire, you risk getting burned." I started working with Sipmaster, learning the secrets of computer security from him. He was an amazing mentor, but I couldn't help but feel a twinge of unease. As we worked together, there was something enigmatic about him that made me think he was hiding much more than he was telling me. One day while I was analyzing a home video surveillance system to improve its security, something strange happened. Sipmaster had managed to penetrate the system and through the security cameras of that house and projected a disturbing story. In the video I saw an unaware family spending the evening in their home, but then something terrifying happened. The light suddenly went out and I heard whispering voices, coming from the darkness. The family looked terrified as they tried to find out what was happening. It was as if Sipmaster had created a story inside their life. My anxiety was growing, the violation of privacy was evident, but there was something more sinister about it all. It was as if Sipmaster was trying to communicate a cryptic message through the video, but I couldn't decipher it. Shortly thereafter, Sipmaster interrupted the broadcast and wrote, "Look what I have created, a tale of your ability to protect, but always remember that there is a thin line between who is on this side and who is on that side." I found myself reflecting on the depth of his ability to penetrate seemingly secure systems and his ability to manipulate reality through video surveillance systems. From that moment on, my collaboration with Sipmaster turned into a distressing experience. I was obsessed with his true identity and his motivations. As we continued to challenge the boundaries of cybersecurity, I couldn't help but wonder if I was working on the alongside an ally or something darker and more threatening. I am an avid user of the dark web, always looking for stories, mysteries, and hidden secrets. I recently made an amazing discovery in the world of the dark web. A story that captured my imagination and dragged me into a vortex of puzzles and mysteries. It all started when I found a creed on a forum known as Archive. This forum is renowned for investigating solved mysteries and hidden secrets and is frequented by a community of curious users and puzzle enthusiasts. The creed that caught my attention was dedicated to an American television program from the 70s called Science Report. Science Report was a highly successful educational program that explored scientific and technological issues of the time, but what made it so fascinating was the fact that in 1978 the show disappeared without explanation. This mysterious event had fueled conspiracy theories among fans of the program and had kicked off a treasure hunt for hidden clues and secrets. The most intriguing part of this story were the never-aired episodes of Saints Report. Forum users had shared fragmented information about these secret episodes, suggesting they contained sensational and disturbing content. One of these episodes was said to be known as the Janos experiment and appeared to be at the center of the mystery. According to information shared in the forum, this experiment involved other experiments that talked about advanced telepathy and telepathic communications. Although it seemed incredible, some former employees of the television network had confirmed the existence of this episode and its connection to secret government projects. Determined to find out more and convinced that it was just science fiction information, I started digging for official information and government documents that could confirm these claims. During my research, I found a previously classified document that seemed to shed some light on the experiment. The document contained references to telepathy experiments conducted on human subjects as well as attempts to establish communications with entities from other dimensions unknown to us. They were cryptic and disturbing details, but they offered a clearer vision of what could be hidden behind the Janos experiment. My most surprising discovery was an audio recording, apparently connected to the episode, whose file was full of whispering voices and dark communications. While I was listening to it, I had the sensation of entering an unknown and disturbing world, where reality and fantasy mixed in an incomprehensible chaos. There was still so much to discover. There were many unanswered questions. What had really caused the disappearance of Saints Report? What disturbing secrets did the Janos experiment hide? Time passed quickly as I continued to explore the dark web for clues and testimonies. The creed on the forum was filled with contributions from other users and fascinated by the history of Saints Report. Some had claimed to have found old newspaper articles, which mentioned episodes of Saints Report that had never been broadcast, adding new evidence. One of these articles had a brief description of one of the episodes, the interdimensional portal. According to the episode, it was supposed to explore the idea of a portal that could connect our world to unknown dimensions. But the description was so vague that I couldn't tell if it was pure speculation, or if there was some element of truth behind it. This story. As I delved further into my research, I discovered an encrypted message on one of the forum trades. It appeared to have been left by an anonymous user and contained a series of seemingly random numbers and letters, possibly hiding a secret message. After several days of decryption, I managed to discover the hidden message. It was a single sentence which translated into Italian is "the truth is beyond the veil." This got me thinking that there could be a lot more behind Saint Report and the Janos experiment than I had ever imagined. Meanwhile, some forum users had started sharing even bolder theories, with some claiming that Saint's report had been cancelled due to its revelations about advanced mind control technologies. Others claimed that the secret episodes contained evidence of extraterrestrial contacts, and even in the final scene of the last episode, dated April 1, 1977 but broadcast in June of the same year, a form of life similar to a caterpillar can be seen moving in the Martian underground, while a spacecraft lands on the red planet. Officially, everyone labeled it an April Fool's joke. Unable to find out anything else, I stopped investigating the case. For some years on the dark web, the limit between reality and fiction has been thinner than we can imagine.